Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review, and we are revisiting Stonehouse Brewery now, out of Oswald Street. Now it's only been a couple of weeks since I reviewed one of their beers, and I've got to admit I wasn't massively impressed with it. I didn't give it the greatest review that I normally do with their stuff, but these things have to be said. But we've got their latest brew now that has been out for about a week, which is quite slow by my standards, but I've only just picked a load up today. Have tried it already. Obviously I picked it up, I think I actually drunk it last week. It's taken me a week to actually pick any up. So Stonehouse Brewery out of Oswald Street, and we are taking a look at their Leap of Faith, and it's a hazy IPA. Now they call it a Superdelic Hops Hazy, coming in at 5.2% in a 500ml bottle. Not sure exactly how much it was. I'm guessing roughly. This is coming in at, even buying it in a bulk now, their prices are going up. I've had 2 pints while I was down there, and I bought 18 bottles. Shane did very kindly donate me 6 bottles as well for me to send off at my cost, obviously. So I say very kindly donated, but yeah, my bill was 60 quid for 18 bottles and 2 pints. I'm guessing the 2 pints was a tenner roughly, a little bit over maybe, so 48 quid roughly. It's hard to say. I don't know, it could be £2.50, something like that. Anyway, stop talking bollocks. Leap of Faith Superdelic Hazy IPA, coming in at 5.2%. Now normally I have my Stonehouse glass ready, but I don't, because I had a beer in it yesterday, and I haven't washed it up yet, so it's going in the white hag glass. Let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Now, like I say, I'm not going to give too much away, but I know it's a good beer. It's a good beer, but I was massively disappointed with their collaboration with Green Duck, with the Powerhouse Hells, a hoppy Hell's lager. Yeah, it did do what it said it was going to do, but I've got to say, probably one of the biggest disappointments I've had with any beer that I've reviewed from them. So let's stop waffling. Hazy IPA, there we go. It's hazy, it's orange if you like. There is a touch of greenness about it. We've got a lovely finger of head, which is something that you weren't getting from that hoppy Hells. There was no head on it. When it created, it disappeared, and you expect, to be honest, you expect a head to disappear, but it was literally going instantly. But this is looking really decent. A few gentle bubbles going up, so it looks good. Let's have well, shall I tell you on the back? We're going back to the old Stonehouse labels as well. Mosaic, Azaka, and Superdelic hops. Give Superdelic hop. Is there a hop that's actually Superdelic? I don't know. It's really odd. Give mango and passion fruit flavour with subtle notes of pine and berries. Hazy and vegan friendly pale ale. It's a pale ale. There we go. Stonehouse Brewery, Western Oswald Street, SY109ES. Go and search it if you want to. So there we go. There's a beer. Let's have a sniffers. It's got a lovely dankness to it, a lovely dry dankness to it. Juicy. Berries. What's to say? Mango, passion fruit flavour. Subtle notes of pine and berries. For me, I actually really get that sort of, it's a mango and passion fruit on the flavour, but you do pick some of that up on the nose. Do I really get the berries on the mango passion fruit on the flavour? Subtle notes of pine and berries we are getting there on the nose, but definitely get that pine dry dankness, or that pine dry dankness. Berries, I'm not sure, but it does smell really good. So I'm going to stop talking because I'm rambling now. There we go. 5 minutes in. Leaps of Faith, Stonehouse Brewery, Oxford Street. Latest hazy pale ale, IPA, whatever you want to call it. Let's dive in, give it a taste. Cheers. It's beautiful. It really is. And the big thing that stands out for me is that dry dankness, musty note on the nose you get in the taste, and that is the biggest thing I like. That sort of pine, that sort of resinous feel. I love it. I really do. Now for 5.2%, it's not a bad body by no means, but I would say it's mediocre. It's not something that sort of, for me, leaves a chewiness in my mouth, but I'm starting to feel that with Stonehouse beers now. I don't want to say they're getting worse, but there are signs of, certainly with the Powerhouse, I thought that, like I said, I thought that was quite poor, to be honest. But certainly with the hazies and that, they're toning down on the body. They may be toning down on even some of the haziness to it, even though you wouldn't think so with that. I think they're toning down in areas, and you are noticing that in the beers, personally, for me, because I've drunk so many of them. But like I say, the body's all right. We'll call it a sessionable body. There is a gentle carbonation in there. Mouth feels nice enough, pleasant enough. Not a wow moment, just easy, sort of sessionable sort of thing. I think their beers are starting to become a little bit safe in a way. I'm going to call it safe, not bad, but they're becoming a little bit safe in a way where nothing is too heavy, nothing is too weight, and all the really good stuff that you used to get in beers that has kind of toned down. I think Stonehouse are going down that little bit of a route of keeping things a little bit safe. Not bad necessarily. That's not bad necessarily. So it's smooth, it's juicy, it's got a nice mouthfeel. I don't think the bottle is as good as on tap, which is no massive surprise. I do feel that the tap version of this has a better body. On the taste, mango, like I say, what it says on the bottle is pretty much what you get. You get sort of like a mango sort of feel in the background, which is giving you that sort of, I always think it gives you sort of like a little bit of an orangey citrus note. You're getting that passion fruit, which is a funny kind of flavour to describe, but you just kind of get it. It's a very tropical sort of note for me. Subtle notes of pine and berries. And they're saying that, you know, subtle notes of pine and berries. Is that on the nose? I said that at the start of the thing. But yeah, you definitely get that pine. You get that, the pine is very, it's not big full on pine, but what you get is that note of pine. You get that dryness, that little bit of a resinous note, that sort of dankness, I think, from a pine sort of note. The berries, I'm not sure I quite get, but berries aren't sort of something that I really pick up. I suppose that's going to be to everyone's sort of personal taste buds. A little gentle bitterness in there, but it's another really good beer. And that's nice. I do like that. Like I said, I was a little bit upset or a little bit miffed with the the powerhouse hells that they released, hoppy hells. You know, it was like saying, yeah, we're giving you a Hell's beer, but we're going to make it really hoppy, so it's not actually like a Hell's to a certain extent. It's like a watered down Hell's, and I think for me it was more of a craft lager. Whereas this, I know a lot of people know that I like my hazies, but I think this is going back to what they do well. Even though, like I say, I still don't think they're as good as what they used to be. But that could come down to cost and what people want. But this is a really good beer again, like I say. Thankfully, this is a review that I've actually enjoyed. I say I've actually enjoyed. I enjoyed doing a lot of their beers, but that Powerhouse Hells really killed me. So yeah, Stonehouse Brewery out of Oswestry, and they still need to get a bloody online shop to sell their beers. Their Leap of Faith Superdelic Hazy Pale Ale, or Superdelic Hops Hazy, 5.2%. It's a cracking drop, but I would say it's definitely better on tap. Really enjoy it, and it's well worth picking up. So there you go. Would I buy it again? I don't need to. I picked lots of them up because generally I know their beers are really good. If you've had this beer before, let me know your thoughts on it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a like, give it a share, and if you're around Shropshire, North Wales, that kind of thing, if you're doing a little bit of holidaying, get me words out, and you fancy visiting Stonehouse, if it's somewhere near, go and give it a go. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to end it there. Cheers.